Lightworkers are experts in suffering. And so the month of August, in the year 2021, is well underway, and we are in the midst of the great awakening of planet Earth and its population. Our third dimensional adventure is drawing to a close. We great and wonderful multidimensional souls, particles of God, are brave, very brave, in that we sent a small part of ourselves to Earth to experience the darkness that the low frequency of this environment allows. This journey into physicality, being reincarnated over and over again as a human, has been made particularly difficult in that we have no memory of the great beings that we really are. Although most lightworkers have, from their infancy, known instinctively that they don't belong here and that they are different from their human brethren. We lightworkers came in at a higher frequency to be beacons of light, transformers of the positive high-vibrating energy that is being poured onto the earth at this time. We have opened the portal to communication with our soul. We have expanded our awareness. We have accessed our divinity, and so we are open to receive the waves of love that the universe is sending down to Earth. And we radiate this energy of love to the planet and its inhabitants. Jointly, with our loving thoughts and empathetic, compassionate nature, we are lifting up the world and our human brethren from the third dimensional, low-vibrating, fear-filled paradigm which Earth has so long endured, to the fifth dimension of love. The fifth dimension, where love rules, and communion and camaraderie, oneness in the basking of the love that is God, are the order of each and every now moment, each and every day. And now, the large majority of lightworkers are awake. They are awake to their divinity, awake to the corruption of the world and the workings and devious nature of the powers that be, of the corrupt ones that play the part of the devil. Lightworkers, from the upper room of seeing the big picture and the reason for the planet Earth experience, are now aware that this human journey is a hologram, a movie, a pantomime that we have arranged for ourselves. We are in a schoolroom of fear, a matrix of trepidation that tempers us by its negative contrast into choosing greater love. For fear could not be experienced in our true heavenly reality, and it is the contrast of fear that we came to experience. We lightworkers are experts in suffering, for it is by suffering as humans, by being humiliated, hurt, derided, laughed at, rejected, and being taken advantage of in every way, that we truly come to understand the human domain, the human condition. And that is what we came here to do. We came here to understand the program psychology of humanity, the workings of the ego mind, in order that we might help humanity out of their enslaved entrapment, help them release their programmed dysfunctional behavior. And now that we have lived amongst humanity and suffered greatly from the dark and dysfunctional projections of their inculcated inferiority complexes and angry emotions, we truly understand human life on planet Earth. The human biological computer body and mind are so created that when the soul incarnates in the body at birth, there is no memory of past lives or of our heavenly soul. The baby's mind is a clean slate to be written on. And human babies are so vulnerable, so helpless for a reason. That is that their caretakers have total control over them for many years. And so they are programmed. The same words are repeated to them over and over again. How the parents and teachers think and feel constitutes the only filter through which the child sees the world. There is a saying, "Give me a boy until he is 7, and I will show you the man." And so cruel and harsh words, criticisms and derision lead to a punitive and critical personality. Obsessive control, disapproval, and lack of any freedom for actualization of personal potential. Lack of any joy in life. The philosophy that says, "Take that smile off your face. What have you got to smile about?" leads to a depressed, disapproving, and condemnatory personality. This is the human state, to be born into a negative family environment and to be programmed into dysfunction. What is evil? Who is the devil? The devil is all that is dark and in opposition to well-being in human life, and human beings unknowingly behave as minions of the devil, as servants to the devil's wickedness, when they are programmed to behave in the darkness of the low third dimensional vibration. The words they have been taught to speak are cruel and unkind. They take the valuation of themselves, the idea of who they are, from the approval or disapproval of their brethren. And disapproval of all around them is what they've been taught. So very sad is the third dimensional state, and strange as it may seem, this is as it should be. For this is how the divine, and we as part of the divine, have arranged for us to suffer. This is how the Planet Earth schoolroom experience works. We are programmed into negativity. We repeat the words and phrases, the disapproving expressions, the negative language of our parents, and we do this automatically, unaware of how we are creating our reality and that of our children by our negative thoughts and words. Loving and positive thoughts lead to a happy and fulfilling life. Hateful and negative thoughts lead to trials and tribulations, challenges and opposition. Negative thoughts lead to a difficult and challenging life. And we Lightworkers have awakened to this reality. We have awakened to the knowledge that positive or negative thoughts are the energy that create the reality of our lives. And so we have been through the dark night of the soul. We have examined our behavior. We have looked at our dysfunctions, and we have wept in our hearts at how negative, how darkly we were programmed to behave. We have been through the victim mode, where we blame our circumstances and behavior on those around us. We have understood the picture of human life from a higher point of view. Yet now, with this higher understanding, with our human programming overcome and released, we are left alone and lonely, bereft of human fellowship, for we no longer fit in with our low-frequency, deriding, contemptuous brethren. We have nothing in common. They are in the fear, rejecting, projecting, attacking mode. We live from the energy of the love in our hearts. We are now inherently kind and loving. We wish to speak no evil words. We wish to do no evil deeds. We are meek and humble, for we now feel the power of the love that is God, and that is our higher selves, our soul. And our humility, our kindness, is taken as weakness, for in our company, our attacking brethren feel powerful and in control. They can say any unkind attacking thing, and we do not attack back. And so we become insecure, alone in this desert of derision and disdain, where we are constantly told we are too sensitive, that harsh comments and unloving words are the natural state of humanity. Alone in this low third dimensional, heavily programmed realm, we become insecure. We begin to tremble at the approach of our brethren. We pull away from those that we have considered to be our friends, and we isolate ourselves, retreat into ourselves. We feel alone and lonely. Yet now is the time for us Lightworkers to come into our own. We are finding each other. We see the steady gaze in each other's eyes. We hear the loving, kind lilt of the high vibrational voice. Being with other Lightworkers feels so natural. There is no angst in the relationship. There are no contradictions, promises not kept, lies told. We are authentic and honest with each other. And it all seems so natural. It all seems so right. It is as if we had known each other all our lives, and indeed we have. For remember, we planned our lives before we incarnated here on earth. We planned that we would magically come together at this time. We Lightworkers coming together are soul friends, soul family, who chose to come to earth to lift humanity up and out of the pit of dark entrapment into which he had fallen, and in so doing to suffer greatly, and so come to understand deeply the human condition, the nature of the planet Earth schoolroom, and how mankind is programmed to be unkind. Yes, indeed, be of good cheer, dear hearts, dear souls. Be of good cheer. Your suffering will be greatly rewarded. Now that you have mastered the nature of the human condition, now that you have understood how humans have been programmed into behaving negatively, now you can help them in the times to come as they awaken. You can help them to raise their frequency into the fifth dimensional love vibration. You are the saviors of the world. You radiate the love energy that is being poured onto earth in this great awakening time, and send it in waves of radiant light to all around you. And you are ready, and you will be needed, to give assistance and support in the coming times of hardship to your awakening brethren, to your brethren who will inevitably, for it is decreed by the divine, break out of their programmed entrapment. Yes, indeed, be of good cheer, dear Lightworkers, for the best is yet to come. Indeed, as mankind sees the Planet Earth hologram movie become more and more ridiculously exaggerated in its turmoil and ferment, he will awaken, and you will be here to help. The best is yet to come, dear friends. Yes, indeed, the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings indeed.